everybody. Today we're going to learn everything we need to know about whitening soles, including how to do it with Salon Care 40, as well as how to build your own indoor Lightbox setup. So for those of you that are new, this is Vintage Kicks Gallery. Alright guys, before we get started, I want to show you something. I'm going to drop these hoodies today actually for pre-order, so take a look. And this is going to be the first merch item that benefits the 85 project, so they're going to be $39.99. I will put a link below on how you do the pre-order, but we're not going to do too many of them. If you want it, go ahead and get your order in, and this will be the first way you can actually support the 85 project. Alright, let's get into the sole whitening. First thing I want to do is take a look at my own indoor Lightbox setup. So let's have a look.
Doggy style, that's what I like. Do you reply? But I play a good doctor. Spread open your tonsils, my golden Rapunzel. I'm king of the jungle. Hey.
Yeah, I know it looks pretty rough, but here's what it is. So I took a 3-shelf system from Target actually, which I'll show you here. And these are basically wire rack shelves. I then bought a 600 watt grow light from Amazon, yeah, grow light, and clipped it right to the top. Now you can buy a 300 watt, 600 watt, up to a 1200 watt light. I think 600 is just fine. My kit actually came with 2 of these and I'm only using 1. So 600 watts is plenty powerful. I do recommend going LED, and I put a few of my picks below. The one that I have has been discontinued, but it looks like not only have they gotten cheaper, but they might have gotten better over the years. All right, let's talk about what we do to get these soles white. Basically, what causes this yellowing to soles is the oxidation of the rubber. We want to reverse that. And to do so, you can use a number of products. Many of them are marketed towards sneakers, but they're always a little bit marked up. I use this stuff. It's called Salon Care 40, and you can get it at any beauty supply store like Sally's. I believe Amazon sells it. Unfortunately, I don't think they ship it out of the US. You'll have to Google what a safe alternative is. All right, so we have the shoe pretty much spotless and clean. That's a key thing that gets overlooked with sole whitening. And the reason why we want to make sure this thing is squeaky clean is any type of debris or dirt, soiling, anything like that is going to stop this stuff from being able to penetrate into the rubber and do its job. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some plastic wrap, our Salon Care 40, and this old paintbrush, and we're going to do 1 coat, pretty adequate, over both the outsole as well as the midsole, and we're going to stop kind of midway at the toe box, midway at the heel, because we have to do both sides of these. Once we get them covered, we're going to cover it with plastic wrap, and that's going to keep this stuff moist as the UV light penetrates it and allows it to do its job. Let's go ahead and brush this stuff on. So the way I like to do it is just fill the cap up, and that's all you're going to use. And we want to brush on an adequate coat. Now, if you get it on the leather, it's not the end of the world, but I really don't recommend it if you can help it. So if you're cleaning a shoe that's made out of canvas, so to say, or a nubuck, anything like that, you want to be a little bit more careful because this stuff can actually yellow, white, and bleach out colors. So also if you get it on your fingers, your hands are gonna burn, so watch out. Don't get it on your clothes. So wear some old stuff and expect to get burned. All right, we have a good coat on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure it's really in there on the stitching. And now I'm gonna take the plastic wrap and I'm gonna wrap this. All right, what we want to do with the plastic wrap now is just cover the area here, and this is just to keep in the moisture and so it can actually do its job as the UV light penetrates. So a lot of people don't know that you can control how much you whiten your yellowed soles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the Lightbox and set an hour timer. And after an hour, I'm going to go back and assess. If I leave them in for 2 hours, I'm going to recoat this process, assess, recover them, and put them back in. For those of you that don't have a Lightbox and don't want to invest in one, you can also use the sun, but keep this in mind. You're gonna have to leave it out there longer, I would say 4 to 6 hour sessions, and if you put it out there in extreme sun in the summer, expect some sole separation. You wanna keep heat out of the equation. All right guys, let's go back to the Lightbox and put these in. You know, while we wait on those in the Lightbox, let's talk about those hoodies again. So the way these are designed is actually to mimic the date stamp and the factory stamp that's inside of the sock liner of the mid 80s to late 80s Nike shoes, specifically the Air Jordan. So what I did is I matched the font and I add a crackled effect to it, and I replicated the stamp from my pair of breads. So what do you see first is 85, that's the year, and then the next is the month span, so that was 09 to 11. Normally you would have the factory code after that, but for this I swapped that with OG, because how OG is that date stamp. So that's where the story is, that's how the design came together. I think it's very fitting for the 85 project, and hopefully you guys think they're dope. Just wanted to give you a little more information. All right, let's go check on the status of the Lightbox. Well guys, it ended up taking about 4 hours. I flipped them after 2 and went for this side, and I just pulled them out, and let's check it out. Looking pretty good. So the only other step you have is to wipe the residue off, and you definitely don't want to skip this step because this stuff can actually cause yellowing after the fact. So make sure that you wipe it all off pretty good, and that's the final product. So what do you guys think? I went for not a pure white, like a white, but almost a sail color with these, and check them out compared to the other shoe from this set. Pretty dramatic difference, huh? Yeah, not bad. So these look pretty good. I mean, look at that. And I would say overall, this shoe just went from a 4 or 5 to a solid 7 or 8. So we could have done the same process with the sun, but like I said, it would take a little bit more time, and if any heat's involved, it's always bad for the shoe, especially old ones. So keep in mind, if you do the sun, watch out for heat and do 4-hour sessions. Other than that, these guys are done, and as you can see, not only did it whiten the white, but it also brightened the red, so these look better all the way around. If you have any questions, let me know. We have some really good stuff on deck, so stick around for the outro, and we'll see you later. Thanks.